Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Brrr, brrr. Oh, hello. How you doing? Well, I was just doing my voice exercises, but I'll work on that later. Right now it's time for AADL story time. My name's Christopher and I'm so excited to be with you today. Now, you know how we like to start things off with a little song called Clap Everybody and Say Hello. And if you don't know how it goes, you will by the time it's over. Let's give it a try. Clap everybody and say hello, say hello, say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Welcome to story time. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see if we can add a little banjo with it. Let's try it out. Clap everybody and say hello, say hello, say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Welcome to story time. All right, now you know I like to say hello in lots of languages around the world. Let's say hello today in German. Guten Tag. Here we go. Clap everybody and say guten Tag, say guten Tag, say guten Tag. Clap everybody and say guten Tag. Welcome to story time. How about Japanese? Konnichiwa. Clap everybody and say konnichiwa, say konnichiwa, say konnichiwa. Clap everybody and say konnichiwa. Welcome to story time. We've got time for one more. How about Russian? Привет. Clap everybody and say привет, say привет, say привет. Clap everybody and say привет. Welcome to story time. Welcome everyone. We're going to have a great time today. And let's see. Wait, before we do our theme reveal, I think we should get some more energy out, get some blood pumping, and we'd like to do that with Old Duke of York. And here he is. Oh, the grand old Duke of York. He had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. I think you've got it. I think we can speed things up a little bit, don't you? Sure. Oh, the grand old Duke of York. He had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, and when you're down, and when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. Super fast! The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them to the top of the hill, marched them down. When you're up, you're up. When you're down, halfway up, you're neither up or down. Did I lose you? Something tells me we could have gone even faster. Well, next time we're going to go super fast times 3, turbo fast. All right, let's find out what our stories are all about today. We've got how does this go? Oh, there we go. Something to do with the letter M. Do you know any words that start with M? Well, there is mica. Mica starts with an M. That's some kind of a rock or crystal or something like that, I think. And marzipan starts with M. That's delicious. And mops. Mops start with an M. But you know, we don't have any stories today about mica, mops, or marzipan, but we do have stories today that are all about music. And I think you're going to really enjoy them. Our first story today is Leopard's Drum. And the one we like to tell is by Jessica Suhami. And it's great. But, you know, what they say, you've got to be flexible in this old world. So we might have a few animal substitutions here and there. All right, let's get started. One day, Lion found a beautiful drum. And Lion decided he was going to play it everywhere. And that's just what he did. He marched around the jungle playing his drum. He played it so hard he almost fell right off. He was so proud and happy of his wonderful drum. Well, Sun God thought, Lion, I would like a turn on your drum, please. And Lion said, no. Well, that was not very nice. And Sun God asked again, Lion, I would like a turn on your drum. More of a serious statement than a request this time. And Lion said, I found it, mine. For the third time, Sun God said, Lion, I would like a turn on your drum. No. Well, that did not make Sun God very happy. Lion was being pretty stubborn and not sharing. So Sun God said to all the animals, if you can bring me Lion's drum, I will reward you. And all the animals were very excited to think that they might get a reward from the Sun God. And when Lion was done playing, Lion took the drum off and lay down. And pretty soon, Elephant was there. And Elephant came out of the bushes and was just about to curl his trunk around the drum when Lion said, Hey, Elephant, what are you doing? And Elephant said, Oh, nothing. I was just admiring your drum. See you, Lion. And Elephant was gone. Well, Lion went back to playing his drum a little bit. And after a while, he put it up. And pretty soon, Alligator came slinking out of the water and was just about to grab that drum when Lion said, Hey, Alligator, what are you doing? And Alligator said, I was just looking at the tension on your drum. Bye. And Alligator was gone. Well, the next animal to try this, you know who it was. It was Giraffe. And Giraffe was so tall and came along and was just about to lean down to get that drum. And Lion said, Hey, Giraffe, what are you doing? And Giraffe said, Oh, just admiring your drum and its beautiful color. Bye. Well, by this time, Lion was beginning to wonder what was going on, and he had a pretty good idea that maybe the animals were trying to take something. Well, eventually it was getting towards the evening, and another animal came out of the grass and thought, I will get your drum. And Snake began to curl around the drum and started to slither off with it. And Lion said, Hey, Snake, what are you doing down there? And Snake said, Oh, nothing. Just admiring your pretty big drum. And Lion said, pretty big. What do you mean, pretty big? It's a big, great big drum. And Snake said, well, I've seen one that the sun god has, and it's so big you can crawl in it. And Lion said, nah. And anyway, I could crawl in my drum if I wanted to. It's pretty big. It's a big drum, big enough for me to get in. Big drum. And Snake said, I don't think so. Well, Lion just had to show Snake that his drum was so big that he could get right in it as well. And in fact, that's just what happened. Pretty soon, Lion was inside the drum. And Snake said, you're right. You do have a pretty big drum. And Lion said, get me out of here. I don't like it. I want to get up now. And Snake said, we'll take you to the sun god. Well, sun god said, Lion, I'll let you out, but you have to share your drum. And that's just what happened. Lion got out, and the sun god had a chance to play. And from then on, Lion decided to share, and all the animals got a turn with the drum. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Well, I think we should get some more energy moving and some blood pumping. And I think we're missing someone. We haven't seen this person, this character in a while. You know who it is. Oh, Ralph! Maybe Ralph's out. Oh, Ralph! Oh, hey, Ralph. There you are. How you doing? Fine. Well, listen, Ralph. I think we should have some motion and do some dancing and some other activities. Okay, you ready? Oh, dance any way you want to. Dance any way you please. Dance any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Oh, hop any way you want to. Hop any way you please. Hop any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Oh, swim any way you want to. Swim any way you please. Swim any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Keep floating now. Yeah. Oh boy, Ralph, all that swimming and hopping and dancing has kind of made me tired. Yeah, I know it's made you pretty hungry, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Hey, glasses. That's right. All right. Oh, sleep any way you want to. Sleeping. Sleep any way you please. Oh, sleep any way you want to. Oh, but stop when I say freeze. Oh, that yelling woke us up. All right. See you next time, Ralph, okay? Bye. Well, we've got time for one more story that has something to do with music. And it is the Bremen Town Musicians. Also, perhaps with some substitutions. But remember, be flexible. All right, here it is. Once there was a cow getting on in years, Mildred. And, she didn't give as much milk as she used to. And one night she overheard the farmer saying, "Ah, I think it's about time we get rid of that cow. Maybe send her out to pasture." Well, Mildred didn't like the sound of that, and she thought, "I think I'll take my chances out on the open road. You know I've always wanted to play flute, and maybe I'll make my way to Bremen town." So Mildred went along the road, trippity trap, trippity trap, trippity trap, and pretty soon she ran across old Gray Whiskers, the dog. And Gray Whiskers said, "Hey, I'm Gray Whiskers." And it turned out that Gray Whiskers wasn't that interested in running around and chasing things. Gray Whiskers' real dream was, what's that? Oh, right. Gray Whiskers wanted to play drums. Well, pretty soon, Mildred said, "Hey, Gray Whiskers, why don't you come with me? I'm forming a band. Let's take our chances out on the open road." So Mildred and Gray Whiskers went along the road, trippity trap, trippity trap, trippity trap. And who do you think they ran into? It was Margaret the kitty. And you know, Margaret's real dream in life was not to catch mice, but to play in a band. She was a wonderful guitar player. And Margaret said, "Could I join your band?" And Mildred and Gray Whiskers said, "Come on with us. We're going to have a great time." So the three of them went along the road to Bremen. Trippity trap, trippity trap, trippity trap. And who do you think they ran into next? Well, it was Sam, the rooster. Oh, that's pretty loud, Sam. And Sam said, "I don't want to crow on the farm anymore." And Sam said that he had always wanted to sing in front of an audience. So Mildred and Gray Whiskers and Margaret and Sam all set out together along the road to Bremen. They were really excited about their new career. Well, that night, they had been traveling for some time and they decided to pull into the woods to get some rest. Oh, they all found a place to be cozy, and Sam was up in a tree and spied a nearby cottage. And they thought, we have been traveling a while and we haven't eaten. We would love to get some food. Let's head over and see what's happening in that cottage. So they went over, creep, 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 and they decided to look in the window. But the window was pretty high off the ground. So they had a wonderful idea. Mildred would be down below, and Gray Whiskers would get on Mildred's back. Let's see if we can work this out. And Margaret was going to be on top of Gray Whiskers, and Sam would stand on top of Margaret. And all four of them were next to the window, and they were looking in, and pretty soon the window burst open, and all the animals went tumbling inside. Well, it turns out this cottage was not inhabited by some local peasants. It was a bunch of robbers. And the robbers ran out. They were so startled, they thought a monster with 4 heads had attacked them. And they ran away, leaving the cottage empty. Well, pretty soon the animals thought, wow, let's get some food after all. And they ate all the robbers' supper. The robbers kind of had it coming to them, though. They stole it anyway. And so after all the animals had eaten their fill, you know what happens sometimes. You get a little bit sleepy. And so Margaret the cat curled up by the fire and had a lovely time. And Gray Whiskers went to sleep by the door. Sam the rooster was out in a tree, and Mildred was out in the yard. Now, the robbers didn't just vanish. They were out in the woods waiting for a chance to retake their cottage. And they decided to pick one robber and send him in to creep along and see what he could see. Well, he looked in the window. He didn't see anything at all, except for two glowing embers that he thought was part of the fire. But in fact, it was Margaret's glowing eyes. And so, not knowing the cottage was still inhabited, the robber crept inside. And when he went past Margaret, Margaret jumped up and scratched him in the face. He was pretty startled and he ran out of the cottage. But when he got near the door, Gray Whiskers took a bite out of his leg, and he kept running and yowling. And then when he was out in the yard, Mildred was there and kicked him right in the behind. That'll serve him. And all the robber could hear was, "I'll get you, scoundrels!" But it was really Sam up in the tree saying, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" Well, the robbers were never heard from again. And as far as the Bremen Town musicians, they never made it to Bremen, but they had a wonderful time together playing music and having many happy adventures in that cottage. The end. All right, I think we've got time just left for the pirate song. Are you ready? Oh, when I was one, I sucked my thumb on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." When I was two, I tied my shoe on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." When I was three, I tapped my knee on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." Take care, everyone. I'll see you next time.